Jasmine here, your spiritual life coach. I will be reading for Sagittarius. Obviously, I'm a tarot oracle reader. I'm going to be looking here to pull back some layers and barriers, access your truth here in this current moment. What may be blocking you, holding you back, holding you stagnant, and keeping you from your truest self, okay? And how you can maneuver past that and obtain whatever it is that you're looking to obtain in your current reality. Now, Sagittarius, there's a sense of a lot of humility here, I would say, about being free and feeling free. I feel like someone showed some mercy on you, was something that we were wishing for, that someone showed compassion. And it's like we're coming into a space where people are understanding or overstanding whatever is going on in your reality, that they're able to give to you, and you're in a place where you're able to receive what people are giving to you. Now, it looks like before, something about your freedom just wasn't allowing you. There was a block there. It's like, you know how you like feel like you can be free, and it's just right there. It's just right there. And it's like, but I'm not free. And it's that very thing that comes about and it liberates you, okay? Someone gives you something and it gives you liberation here. It gives you that compassion that you were looking for, okay? Now, this person has a very serious face, so they want you to definitely understand that this could have went differently. And I feel like you know that as well. So you are actually so thankful for the compassion that was shown, because this looks like a very assertive person, like someone that's given but very assertive, okay? I'm going to give this to you, but you must appreciate this, because gratitude do offer and so much more. So it looks like right here with this freedom card, as you can see, the sun is there, but it's also here too. So it was just like, I kind of get a sense of being obedient. Maybe it kind of reminds me of whenever, I always say this story, whenever I'm holding on to something or someone, as soon as I release it, my blessing is open. I'm able to receive that blessing, but I had to be obedient first. So a lot of times it's usually with releasing a person. Every time I release a specific energy, I could just imagine my gatekeepers just there holding the key, and every time I come with the same raggedy motherfucker with me, they're like, oh, it doesn't look like you want to get to where you're saying you want to be. And then I come back, and they're still just like, yep, swinging the key, like you still ain't got it right. And in that moment that I come back with myself and I'm like, yeah, I learned all the lessons, they're like, oh, here you go. And it's like, wow, it's that easy. In that sudden moment, there's nothing else that's required to open the door, but it requires you to get rid of something, to be obedient. Usually the very thing that we need to get rid of, we know, we are aware of it, we just are so disobedient. We decide that with this connection is so good, it's so better than my blueprint and a path that I belong on. So I feel like you finally did something right. You finally released something, and your gatekeeper said, okay, do better and continue to do better. And they showed you a sense of compassion. You're actually grateful for that compassion because you're wishing. But a lot of times, this is reminding me of someone who's praying because they're at this part. A lot of us only pray when we're in that stuck lower level energy, and we're like, oh my God, I need you. I will never do this. I will never do that. Oh my God. I prayed so many times a day. I'm not gonna lie. I pray a lot. I pray a whole lot. But I do remember it was a point in my life where I only prayed when bad things happen, and I'm getting this energy here, and that's why I'm looking at this person's looking like, here you go, like your guys are kind of like, you called upon us, here you go. But it's kind of like, I know you're going to fuck up again, but here you go. Like, I feel like this lesson is still not learned yet, of being able to stand in your faith always, and not just at a particular time and space that you really need it. Because, our spirit team is always there. All we have to just call, especially our angels, we just call on them. We have protection angels that are naturally there with us. But a lot of energies, we have to call upon them so they can be of service to us. And it's saying, like, if you can see, your guys are looking at you like this. Yeah, looking at you. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, I didn't even know that obedience was at the bottom of the day. Surprise! Obedience. And it's saying that you need to just heal. So there's a part of you who has to come to complete healing and understand what is surrounding you in your reality. I do see that you are going to be at a rigid space again, and you're going to be calling on your guides again, and they are going to show up because you're calling on them. But they're saying that you need healing. You need to be obedient with your healing. So your spirit guides have been speaking out to you. You could be seeing like synchronicities here. And it's saying that I feel like you're humble in this moment, or appreciating the gratitude or the compassion that someone showed onto you, so you can be free. Maybe the biggest objective is so you could be free, but it's saying that you need to walk in a healing journey. Like, pick a path, because you're going to keep coming here, and you can get sick and tired of being sick and motherfucking tired. So let's see, what does Sagittarius need to surrender mid-August? What do they need to surrender? What's going on? What do they need to surrender, Sagittarius? Again, this will not be for all Sagittariuses. So if you're looking for a one-on-one reading, then reach out. Okay, surrender to people pleasing. I know Sagittarius is a very happy-go-lucky person, but it looks like because you're looking to stay happy, in order to be happy, you feel like you have to make others happy, but it looks like it's stressing you out. It's actually suffocating you. It's strangling you. I mean, there's a big snake wrapped around him. So you're bringing in more lower level energy than higher level energy, and it says surrender to stress. So it's telling me that you aren't allowing yourself to be free, because you are attaching yourself to other people, and to be quite frankly, these people that you're helping, I just got that you fear that it's going to be a lost relationship. Yeah, you know what? To be honest, a lot of relationships will be lost, but most of them will come back and repair. And that energetic cord that people feel like you owe them, or a sense of entitlement, because that's what you showed them for so long. You have to leave and break that energetic cord, then come back. Now, this could take 2 months, 2 years, 2 weeks for different people. You know what I mean? But I realized with all my breakup relationships, the ones that were really strong, they came back. And when they came back, they came with a new motherfucking energy, because I had a new energy. But it's kind of hard to merge into that new energy without breaking that cord, separating, and then coming back and recognizing who I am now. So I do see there's a sense of, if I did tell these people, you're stressing me out, this is going on, that you're going to lose. And then it goes back to identity. Who am I without this person? Who am I without my best friend for 13 years? Who am I without my brother? Who am I without my dad? Well, let me tell you something. I cut a lot of energetic ties just recently. And you know who the fuck I am? Jasmine motherfucking Wallace. Still standing tall. Without these connections, I had to figure out who I was by myself without any influences. I had to figure out who I was, because if they're not here and they were to all die off, I still have to be okay with myself. So all this energy here, it has the same energy. So you are torturing yourself by helping other people, having a fear, and it's like you rather be stressed out than fear that you're going to lose people. Anybody who belongs in your life is going to stay in your life. And honestly, when you get rid of people, let me tell you something, when you get rid of people, those people make space and make room for people who are of like energy. So I'm just glad I learned this lesson early on. The first time I started cutting people off, I'm not gonna lie, it was really, really, really hard. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But now, today, I know exactly what's going on. It's a completion, it's a release, it's a let go, it's an energetic cord tie cut, and I'm open to having you in a new season if you know how to act right. You know what I mean? If you're not attuned to the same energies as me, that's keeping me on my blueprint, you know what I'm saying, then you got to go, because to be quite frankly, you're an obstacle that I don't need and is not required for my journey. Some people are just nuisances. It's like, okay, like that gnat that might fly around, or that moth, Look at surrender to setting limits, Sagittarius. So it does say setting limits, boundaries. A lot of us forget that you have to create healthy balance with your dad, your mother, your father, your dog. you have to create those boundaries. You are the first person that says, hey, this is how you are going to treat me. This is what feels comfortable for me. And that's going to look different for your parents, your children, your friends, because there are different boundaries, but you get to set them. You get to factory reset and reboot. And again, some relationships are going to go astray and then come back together because that energetic cord of who they think you are, it's going to have to get cut. And it ain't easy, but it's damn right necessary to get. I'll be damned if I wasted my whole motherfucking life trying to make somebody motherfucking else happy. That's just how I feel. I just felt like, oh hell no! If I don't make it in this lifetime, it's gonna be because of it ain't gonna be because it's gonna be because I chose to make it. But if I don't make it, I'm not gonna be the reason for my own demise. That started to not make sense. Like, wait, my failures are because of me, and I got clear answers and information on how to not be my own demise. Oh, bet. Let me work this shit on out. You should see how many journals I got. Okay, so then I'm like, let me help people work it on out. But you have to be overly interested in changing and reformatting your belief system. So let's dive into the tarot. You know, something's telling me to do another deck. Let's do the Wild Unknown. Because for some reason, Sagittarius, you guys feel like wild childs, you know? You guys are so explorations, adventurous, you know, very fiery, direct, just a nice burst of energy. The wild unknown, you know, who knows, you know, what the fuck you're gonna, you know, come across on your ventures. Let's see here. This is not my first deck, but this is one of my first decks that was closer to the Rider Waite deck. It took me a long time to get a Rider Waite deck, but this one was my first one closest to the Rider Waite. It was very easy to read and understand the information that was in it. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy it. Still one of my favorite decks. Okay, what's going on with Sagittarius? Okay, so you guys are coming out of hermit mode. You guys completed a cycle, and there goes that energy. But look at, if you jump off too fast, ooh. Okay, so actually I see you guys are coming out of a mode because you guys are free now. So it shows that you guys are coming out this rigid stance here with the Hermit in reverse. It's like, okay, we are coming out of here. Whatever this was, it could be depression. It looks like depression to me. It definitely looks like, this looks like for sure depression. And it's like we got that spark back. We're like free. And I can see that here. So that's really, really good. And you're growing, you're blossoming, you're coming with new ideas. But it's like what's holding you back is the motherfuckers that you are pouring into. Okay, so I just got whoever you're working with as a team is not a team. So it's like you got big business ideas that you're sitting on, but you're not able to execute them due to this energy of blood-sucking vampires. Energy-sucking vampires, right? What's going on with Sagittarius? What's going on with Sagittarius? Okay, so I do see, you guys could have ended a very depressing third-party situation, I feel like. But I also feel like whatever ending that you did have, like you're celebrating it, like you're celebrating your freedom. Because there's like this bad energy. There's a lot of devil energy too. So it's like you guys are celebrating coming out of this devil energy, but I do sense like y'all clarify the devil. I get that you guys are disobedient and you guys end up right back in the devil energy is what I'm getting. Like I'm literally getting like, okay, like I already said that I see your spirit guys, like, and we know you'll be back here shortly, you know, like very disobedient energy. And because the spark of energy also goes with negative energy. Okay, so like I said, I got somebody praying to get out the situation to end up right back with some other stupid shit happening. So it's just be mindful of that. Be conscientious of like what your energy is being tailored to. Like who are you giving your energy to? Like energy is very sacred, you know. Oh my gosh, like just imagine like when your battery runs out in your car or in your remote, you know, or it's just like, oh my God, my battery's dead, I need batteries, okay? That's how you have to envision your body. You want to make sure your energy is always high vibrational, because you are going to end up in a distraught place, in a rigid place, in a standstill, in a cold place, in a place where there's no progression. Or I don't think Sagittarius will ever stay in a place of no progression, because they actually are one of the signs that know how to facilitate the energy to get somewhere else. But it looks like when you facilitate the energy to get somewhere else, you go right back down the wrong fucking road. That was a personal. I see lots of money here, stacking still. Okay, maybe this is because of the pandemic. But I see that there was something that you lost some money here. Okay. You could have lost a house during the pandemic. You could have lost some money. But I do see a loss of money. Like, we have to get out and get some money. And, okay, so I did get, again, this fell out earlier, and I mentioned it real quick, but it's like the people that you're surrounding yourself with is making that mountain for you a lot more steeper than what it should be, is what I'm getting. The people that are surrounding you is making that mountain a lot more steeper than what it should be, okay? Maybe when you was walking a mountain, it was like, okay, this is not so tough, the path is cleared. All of a sudden, these motherfuckers come with you, acting like they're working as a team, but they're the ones putting down boogie traps and shit. That's what I'm getting, especially with this devil energy. And that's why you can't seem to get your foot up off the ground. I mean, we only have the Ace of Wands, which is kind of strange because you are a fire sign. There should be way more wand energy here. So I feel like as soon as you get yourself out of bad energy, you get right back in, and it's because of the group that you have around you. That mountain. So it's like it requires more strength than what you need, and for me it shows me that what I see here is that you have to think about the people who you like. You always have to second guess. I just seen a video and it said the trickiest friends are the ones that you don't know. Like your enemies, you know who your enemy is. You don't have to think about, are you my enemy or not? But there's people who you know are your support system, and they're there, they're rock side, they're rooted in. But there's some of them tricky motherfuckers that you be going back and forth in your head at night. Those are the motherfuckers that rob you of your energy, okay? The motherfuckers you gotta think about. And when you're around them, you're like, was that a sneak diss? Did that motherfucker say something about me? Like, all the time. Like, okay, there's isolated situations. Now, if it's the same motherfucker, do you go in and sleep thinking about the same motherfucker all the time? Now, I'm not talking about, like, no in-love shit. I'm talking about some friendship shit. Like, you go in and sleep thinking about the same motherfucker. Like, is they tricking me? They bullshitting me? Then you need to release that energy, because I see that there's some type of energy here where you're unsure about. It requires you to move slow, very slow. But you do want to show up. You have the Pentacles here, so that means that you're slow to give, but you give. Like, okay, it's like, okay, I'm getting energy, like, mentally slow. Like, not, like, how do you say it? So someone calls you up, and you're not like, oh, yeah, I'll cash app it. You like, someone calls you up, and you're like, damn, for real? Okay. And then your heart they start working on your heart, and you're like, damn. Then you got to show up for them, you know, like, goddamn, like, you feel like you got to be Captain Save-A-Ho. But mentally, you're going through the process. It's not just like, all right, bet, because you're kind of feeling like this is the same fucking story. You know, you kind of like, and then you're like, damn, what if it was me? But no, what if it was you? You have your shit together, doing other shit than calling people, you know, harassing them all the time. So I get that, but you do show up. But there's a lot of cracks in that. It's like, I don't know if you are going to be able to show up anymore. And this is for people you really love, but also people that you regret. Like, it's kind of like you regret the desire to help people so much. That's a lot of regret. You have the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. That is regret. So you're pouring in your love, and then you regret it. You're like, damn, but you keep finding yourself there. So it's like, what needs to change? If you don't change that energy, and you see that pattern, I'm not going to say patterns are easy to break, because they're fucking not. But I will say that when you start realizing Like, I don't like this shit. Like, that's what, like, for me, it was just like, I don't fucking like this shit. Like, I don't like how this makes me feel. And I would rather do something uncomfortable, just out of curiosity. What is this going to bring? I know this shit ain't worked for years. What is this going to bring, though? And understanding that when you remove something, that something else that you are calling in is going to take place of that. You have to trust the process. I know I did, and my life is filled with so many like good people, and the motherfuckers that need to go, they go. And if I have to reevaluate you and say, I do want you in my life and I feel like you're some type of divine connection and I want to help heal you in some type of way, then I get to use my level of discerning on who I want to pick to be a part of my life, even if I feel like because you have to make those type of sacrifices for people that require healing from you, you know. But there's some motherfuckers that just don't need healing from you, and they're a total detriment to your growth. And it's so crazy because it's such an intricate, you know, you get to pick and choose who you don't want to call back and tell them you never want to speak to them again. I hate when people, and I used to be one of them, and that's why I'm going to speak on it confidently, with confidence. No one owes you, I don't fuck with you no more. No one owes you that. No one owes you that. I think that's a self-entitlement. If I feel like if I'm going to call someone up and you're not going to even hear why I feel like I need to complete a relationship with you, and you're going to manipulate me and twist my words around and convince me to still be your friend, that's not healthy for me to cut off something that's I already feel is not healthy. I don't owe you that. I owe myself the knowing that wouldn't be a good idea. I don't want to start a fire where I'm already trying to put a fire out. Nobody owes you that. And 9 times out of 10, I would recommend that people go get a journal. I had to get a journal and have a lot of conversations with people I couldn't have conversations with, and talk to them and have a dialogue because I couldn't talk to them, and it works. So I recommend that to you. If someone has cut you off and you're feeling lost and you're feeling like I don't know what to do, what does this person do, I recommend you go find a motherfucking journal that resonates with your energy, find a pen that resonates with your energy, and write in the journal and banter about what it is that you're upset about, and then respond on like how you would want that person to respond, and rip it up, burn it, you know, and close that chapter and move the fuck on. No one owes you an explanation. And if someone doesn't give you one, don't be a victim and drown there. Like, you got shit to do. Just like that person has shit to do, you got shit to do. I learned that a long time ago, and I used to feel like, oh, this person, there's so many different ways that I think now that are so different from when I was 20 or 25, 27, and you only continue to get more information, and you only continue to learn more on things you agree with. You be like, whoa, I wasn't doing that right. And of course it has to make sense to you, right? It definitely, you want it to make sense to your reality, you know what I'm saying? And it is going to make sense. You know when something is true for you because it will just feel right. It's not going to be like, this is bullshit. It's going to feel true to you, and it's going to make sense to you. A lot of things I realized, I was like, damn, girl, you about to be the shit out here with all this information. Like, it just helped heal a lot of poor character traits that I'm still working on now. But it's very liberating to get the right information and start walking and talking in that light, okay? Start walking and talking in that light. It's a beautiful thing. So let me see here. Let's read from this one. What's going on with Sagittarius and the energy surrounding anything that they love? Healing. So I did say that healing was required. You have another healing card. It says, imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed. Okay, so some of you are having issues with relationships that you're looking to heal. Okay, so a lot of times, like I said before, there's an energy where you can heal in a space that you're already at, but it takes 2 people who are willing to heal. Okay, one person can't try to heal the relationship. You guys have to be on one accord and say, we're deciding to heal this. It doesn't no longer feel right. Maybe we, you know, lost track somewhere. We're deciding to heal. Not one person can do that. But there's also a healing thing where you have to go on separate paths and go heal alone, individually, and come back together. Again, that energetic cord gets cut, or gets very thin, and you guys go heal and find out your truth as individuals and come back together So I do sense that has to happen with close loved ones in your life. Only time will tell. So I feel like you guys are on the brink of cutting motherfuckers off. I feel like you guys are on the brink of cutting people off. Now, let's keep in mind, when I started cutting people off, I didn't cut everybody off at once. But it was so funny. I'll cut this person off. I'll gain new friends. You know, it was great. Then I'll be cut, and it came. The relationships came back to. Then I'll cut another source of people off, and then it will come back to. It's just really divine how it works. But I do see that you guys are gonna cut off some people, but you're not gonna cut off all the negative energy at once. And I don't suggest that you do so, because you'll feel too naked or too bare. Feel it might drive you into a depression, like you have nothing to no one. So romance, Cupid's arrow. So you guys are feeling chummy. A lot of you guys are entering into new love relationships. Passion, there's a lot of passion here. Surrendering. So you guys are feeling passionate about someone. You guys are feeling like a lot of love vibrations. You could be coming into a new relationship or starting a cycle in a relationship that was already going. Yeah, it's a lot of romance, and it's just beautiful here. Let me turn over and see the pictures. Yeah, so I feel like you were connected with someone, someone that was divinely sent to you. I feel like you guys are covered. There is a lot of passion here. See a lot of sex at night under the moon. And I feel like a lot of people do feel with this person when they're gone, and when you're in separation, you probably feel like it hurts bad and you really want to be in that person's presence. So this is really good. You guys are connecting with someone you guys are deeply connected with, possibly a soulmate. Possibly a twin flame. Let me get a final advice for my dear Sagittarius. What's the advice that we want to give Sagittarius today? Tonight? Clear and concise messages, please. Clear and concise messages, please. Thank you. A time to give rather than to take. So some of you have been not, so there's a thing where you want to make sure that you are putting out the correct karmic energy. A lot of people might be taken, and a lot of people, they have to come into a season of giving. You could also be taken from the wrong people and given to the wrong, taking from the wrong people and given to the wrong people. Now there's a difference between receiving. I feel taking here. It says, don't let your past hold you back. And there's a dark shadow just glooming over your reality, your current reality. And it is like, this looks like a sign of luck. So a lot of your trauma is taking your blessings away from you. So a lot of your trauma causes you to be disobedient, and you're missing out on blessings, okay? Because of your past. So you might not be giving. So it's like you're not being of service to others. Maybe you're being a little stuck and not giving to the right people. This can also do with a love relationship, because I do see some romance in here. So maybe a lot of you are going to start learning how to give to the person you love. That could be definitely it. But I do see a dark shadow over, and it kind of seems like someone's in this box of greed. Like, it's all mine. Because of their past. Maybe you gave a lot to the wrong person in the past, is what I'm sensing. So it's like moving forward, if you want to receive blessings, it's like let your intuition guide you. It's like we're so disobedient, and that's what I'm feeling. It says, what do you need to release? Obviously, your past. It says, take a breath and breathe out. So it's saying, like, you know, kind of factory reset, reboot, come into reality. It says a new romantic cycle begins. Like I said, a lot of you are starting new romantic cycles, which is super cool. Or you guys are starting a new cycle within a relationship that you guys already been in. But it's saying that you guys need to factory reset and kind of come into a common space and ground with who you're dealing with, okay? Understanding who's who. Being discerning with your connection. Who deserves to your time? Who deserves your energy? Who deserves your whatever it is that you offer up? And it does look like if you do that, things will be brought back into balance for you. You start receiving your blessings accordingly. Again, when you're writing that check, in order to bless, you have to curse. So you are gonna do bad. Nobody's. Everybody has a shadow side. No one's out here all good. No one's going to hell because they just, didn't do something right. But we all have a shadow side, and if it's justifiably, representing your intentions, whatever, will be judged. So rightfully, right? Will be judged rightfully so. But I do sense that your cadence or your mark or your discerning is kind of off. And it shows with that boa constrictor around you that you're being suffocated and surrounded and teaming up with the wrong energies, which is why that devil energy, that hot foot energy came in, because it's like the energies that you're calling in are the wrong ones, and the energies that you're pushing away are the wrong ones. So it's just kind of stupid. It's interesting to see. So it's just saying, take a bird's eye view and look at it if you were in outside of the situation and looking onto someone else's. So that is your reading, Sagittarius. Again, that doesn't resonate for everyone, but if it resonates for you, go ahead and hit me up. My information's in the description box. Peace.